am Luana Nobrega. I'm a teacher at XXVII High School. That's a state high school in Rio de Janeiro. And my work is working with mental maps and youth in Rio de Janeiro, mapping local knowledge for social change. First of all, it's important to talk about the objectives as my work. They are to stimulate students' reflection about the complexity of their mental maps and to make them perceive their maps as tools for landscapes interventions. The justification of my work is that the importance of students to appreciate their mental maps as tools of critical reflection for landscape changes. And the methodology was to construct maps from a part of their neighborhood based on their mental maps, adding modifications, proposals, even possibly feelings that these changes can generate on people without specific scale or formal cartographic scale. About the context of the production, this is the high school, XXVII High School. It's a new school since 2012. Nowadays, it's classified as the best state school of Rio de Janeiro. And we have an intellectual partnership with Ayrton Senna Institute. And this institute developed a high school education solution. What is it? We teach the children not just telling them to memorize information. No, it's not based on contents. It's based on social and emotional competencies and skills such as responsibility, collaboration, communication, creativity, critical thought, problems resolutions, be open to the new ideas, new forms of evaluation, new forms of thinking. With this methodology, we try to develop in them the skills for the 21st century. This is a little about the structure of XXVII High School. And we have subjects as other schools, but actually our organization is different. For example, we have languages here, like Portuguese, Spanish, and English, and human sciences here, mathematics, and nature science, for example, biology, chemistry, and physics. But these subjects are not alone. They work together since an articulator nucleum. This articulator nucleum works with projects. There are 3 ones, but I will talk about just one, the intervention and research project. This project teaches the students ways of research and reality intervention at school and at neighborhood nearby the school. My thesis with this work is that the use of mental maps and the production of maps with interventions proposals can be an exercise for developing intervention and research projects at school and at neighborhood. Real maps from mental maps that they did at the first year at high school. For example, Camila Rodrigues did a map from Vila Isabel. It's a neighborhood located at North Zone at Rio, and she put a lot of information. Her house is here, and there is a bakery, a supermarket, for example. There is a legend here, and about the intervention that she proposed was a police base nearby her house, for example. For her, it's really important to have. Other map is from Fernanda Braz. It was a map of Tijuca And she put a lot of information here, and she put samba school, for example, here, and she put a slum, a really big slum at Rio called Borel slum. So about her intervention, she put a recreation space inside the slum. So for her, it's important to have inside the slum a football field, a field for play, skate, for example, skating, for ride a bike, to play with babies. So for her, it's an intervention really important in this area. Other map from Camila Nogueira, it's about Caxambi, it's other neighborhood in Rio at North Zone 2, and she put her house, her street, some trees, for example, and about her intervention, she put a pipe here and water, and her intervention was to stop the water waste. It's common in Brazil sometimes, pipes not working really well, so it occurs, unfortunately. Other map, I didn't put her name because she did a map from about a really dangerous slum called Maré. You know it because from Galeão airport to here, you pass it by this slum. It's really big and it's really dangerous. So she put her house, she put a green zone nearby her house, she put bar, and about the intervention, she talked about the drugs, the traffic of drugs inside the slum. For it, I didn't put her name because it's difficult to talk about it for people that lives there. So she put this. Here in the green zone there is chips and they sell drugs, and the sonoro pollution with sound, because there are rules, but people don't care about all the rules, so they put the music in different sounds, different levels. So it's a problem for her too. The sound of every music different in her neighborhood. This one from Caroline Norberto, it's from Tijuca too, and she put a lot of houses, street, the bus parade, and how about the intervention? She put a lot of things to fix the holes. She put to fix the holes, to install the traffic lights here, because there isn't traffic lights here, and she thinks it's really important to have one or more than one here, to avoid the flooding and a correct waste destination. In a lot of spaces, correct waste destination. The last one is this one. It's from Riachuelo. It's other neighborhood located at North Zone, and she puts house, a lot of information. And about the interventions, she put the traffic lights are so fast for the pedestrians, and she puts one person here, another here, go, run, for show that's really fast. Holes in sidewalks, she put a legend here to show all the holes that she perceived. Electrical cables in contact with trees, other problem, really big problem. So the perception of them were things. About the intervention research project that is a part of my thesis is that the students analyze the neighborhood and they go to the streets to make observations and interviews to think about projects that can cause impact on the community. They can establish partnerships with the community and the citizens on general, based on their mental maps and formal maps, like ones developed by Rio de Janeiro government agencies. For example, Pereira Passos Institute made this map for us, and since of this map, we went to streets in different ways to perceive other problems to intervene on the reality. For example, pictures showing they going to the streets and thinking about new problems. And new ideas for this semester were a project for reduction of food waste at nursery schools nearby Chico Anísio High School, a project of blood donation at the school, inside the school, to invite the Emo Rio to install infrastructure inside the school, and to invite the community, the family, other students to donate blood inside the school in a specific date. And a project to visit children with cancer disease at hospital. There is a Ronald McDonald's house nearby the school, so they would like to visit and to live to them and to get to them some information, some funny. The conclusions of my work are: the productions of maps stimulates the increase of mental maps by students. If problematized, they can broaden the capacity of critical reflection, an important skill for the 21st century, and the mental maps can be a starting point for reality intervention. My contents, it's all.
Do we have any questions?
So, do you do this as part of a geography class?
Yeah.
It is within geography.
Yeah, I'm a teacher of geography. Yes.
I could really relate to the problem with the wires and the trees, because yesterday on the way back to my house, the bus went to turn and there was a wire across the street, and I had
It was
to take another
dangerous.
route.
Yeah, so the necessary to interview in this reality.
One thing children have an interesting different perspective on their neighbourhood. Have you been able to feed any of this information back to the local government to try and get some of these initiatives, to get the children started into planning or improving the infrastructure, like we're using water pipes?
Actually, these projects are what they can do alone or with other students to change the reality. We can put other problems and suggest to the government to resolve other problems. But there I put just some projects that they will resolve alone, without government influence, without others.
Any other questions?